Yes, your boy Leon Charles. Welcome to the Mind Muscle Hustle podcast. And today we're going to be catching up with IFBB Pro Frankie Anderson, bikini athlete. Let's go. Yes, people, I'm here with Frankie Anderson, IFBB Bikini Pro. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm really good.
Good.
Tired after
Tired,
that session. Yeah.
Good session, wasn't it?
It was really good.
What did you train today?
Legs. Always. I'm a bikini girl. It's glutes every day, pretty much.
Literally every day.
No, I do 3 days a week, leg day. I train 5 days a week, 3 days leg day, and then a mixture of delts and back. Don't neglect your upper, ladies. I'm intrigued about the questions that you're going to ask.
Since I messaged you and you said you was up for it,
Yeah.
I've been really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
God.
For anyone who doesn't know you yet, who is Frankie Anderson in your own words?
Oh, gosh, you're not starting easy.
Is that deep?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Who is Frankie Anderson? I actually partly thought this question might come up, and I did think about this because I thought, right, who am I? Like, what if somebody didn't know me? How would I describe myself? And I would say Frankie Anderson is a hardworking, driven, kind, because I like to think I'm a nice person, stubborn, motivated, and an all-round great gal. I don't know, it's really hard. But I'm more than what people probably perceive or probably what people think. I feel like I was saying to Troy the other week, I feel like I've had almost multiple lives. I've kind of split my life into what I think is so far 4 sections in terms of what I've done. So I've had a high-powered job in a tech industry before. I've become an IFBB Pro. I've set up multiple businesses. So I think I'm quite multifaceted. But yeah, I'm like an onion. I'm like Shrek. When I go, there's so many layers. There's so many things. So that's actually a hard question. I thought it was going to start easy.
No, I hear that. I like that. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Multi-skilled, would you say?
I like to think so. It's like, I always say, do you know that whole jack of all trades, master of none?
Yeah.
People always forget the rest of the sentence, which is, but always better than a master of one. And I like to think that I've got a few different tricks up my sleeve. Like there's a couple of things that I think I'm quite good at. I'm very self-critical though, so I will say I'm quite good at it. I'm never amazing or excellent at something.
But that's just being honest, right?
Yeah. I'm also very humble. I'm a humble person.
When did you first start training and what got you into the gym?
So I started training. I can actually remember the first gym I ever went to, and it was Total Fitness in Crewe, because I lived in Crewe at the time.
Where's Crewe?
Crewe is, it's the place that you go through, you don't go to.
Right.
So it's Cheshire way, near Stoke-on-Trent. So I lived there. I grew up there for high school. And the reason why I started training was because I had no bum and no boobs. I tried the let's eat a load of burgers and crappy fit. Can I swear on this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, just yeah.
Okay. I used to eat a load of burgers and like shit food in the hope that I'd put on a bit of weight because that weight gives you curves, and obviously that made sense in my head. And then my partner, who I was with at the time, he did strongman. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll try this stuff out. So I started the gym in the hope that I was going to grow a bum and grow boobs. So I was doing chest, I was doing legs with zero knowledge. Started off doing cardio like everyone does, and then kind of evolved to weights quite quickly. And I would say that was probably a good 10 years ago now. So I started training quite young. I was always into like athletics and sports. I did GCSE sports in high school. So sports was always a part of my life. I just also drank a lot and ate crap and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd say about 10 years I've inconsistently been training.
I mean, when I first started training as well, I've done exactly the same thing. I've gone to the gym and I've seen the biggest person in the gym and I've said, I want to look like him. What do I need to do?
Literally.
And I was told, you need to eat.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I was told to eat, literally, if I see it, fucking eat it.
Yeah.
Tried that and it was the worst thing I could have ever done.
Yeah.
I just put on loads of fat.
This is it.
Just got fat, even fatter than what I was at the time.
But you look at the like old school bodybuilders, like I say old school, you look at the Jay Cutlers of the world. Back in the day, they were massive in their off season. They were healthy in their off season. So we all kind of saw that. Obviously, internet was limited. So you just kind of did what they did. Because if it works for them and they can stand on the Olympia stage and look sick, why wouldn't that work for me?
Yeah.
We were wrong.
I was. And the thing is, back then when I started as well, like you said, internet was limited. It was flex magazines.
Yeah.
Like I look at the magazine or the Men's Health magazine and I'd be like, right, I'm going to do this workout.
Yeah.
Fucking do it for a week. By the end of the week, I'm thinking I should be looking better than I've actually looked when I first started.
Yeah.
No change. Got disheartened by it.
100%.
And then literally just said, do you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Literally.
And then I'd always, right, I'm going to try again. Go back to it again. I used to have loads and loads of cutouts of different workouts. Never worked for me. No. Never ever worked for me. And why didn't it work for me when I look back at it now? Is because it takes time to build muscle. It takes time to grow.
Yeah.
You're not going to expect to see gains in a week.
Yeah.
Couple of weeks. And furthermore, the most important part of this process is nutrition.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So where I'm getting told to just literally eat what I see, and I'm doing these workouts. I mean, when I look at when I was doing these workouts back then, compared to how I train now, I wasn't working out. What was that?
No.
Doing a little circuit in the front room from a cutout.
It's basically a HIIT workout.
Basically,
Insanity, like those types of things. Yeah. It's a mad time when you think back, but I feel like there was a foundation that was set anyway by doing that.
Yeah.
And it probably was more beneficial. You kind of learned the hard way. You've kind of gone through that shit phase of we're going to try these things and we're going to jump in and out of it. And it's kind of taught you, right, I went through all that and I've read all these magazines and that didn't work. And now I've got a good foundation of knowledge. I've got a good base of knowledge. I understand what works now. So I feel like you have to, like anything in life, you kind of have to go through that shit phase or the hard working phase or the this didn't work to kind of see, right, that's wrong. That didn't work. This now works. I see why. And that helps you not only educate yourself, but as a coach, it helps you educate your people around and younger people who might start training or bodybuilding or something like that. So I feel like you learn lessons. You learn lessons from those times.
Yeah. I mean, what was holding me back then was the lack of knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
That was what's holding me back.
Yeah.
And looking at someone else and thinking, I can look like that. Well, hang on a minute. When I look at it now, I don't look at other people. I'm my only competition.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I could look at someone else and be like, he looks good, I want to look like him, but I'm not him.
No.
So I'm never ever going to look like him. You know?
That's especially something that I think with the bikini, being in the bikini category, it's so common that you will try and compare yourself to other people. And we do it day-to-day life anyway.
It's normal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyone that tells me that they don't, they're lying.
Bullshit.
Absolutely. But bikini category, I can stand on stage next to somebody who looks the complete opposite to me, and we could still both place first or second, depending on the judging on that day. So it's such a hard thing to try and judge yourself against somebody else because they can be completely different, but you both could still win in different scenarios, in different shows and different judges. So you really can't, like, especially in that category, you cannot compare yourself to anybody else. And we say that anyway, you shouldn't compare yourself to other people because this is your journey, this is your race, these are your circumstances, this is what you've done. It's not like, this is your story. You can't compare that to what someone else is doing. And it's hard because we all do it, but you got to try and throw that out.
Block the noise out.
That's it.
Concentrate on yourself.
Yeah.
And you are your only competition.
That's it. Beating yourself. And that's what I always think whenever I step on stage. It's always about, did I look better or do I look better than I did last time I stepped on stage? And as long as I can confidently say that in myself, yeah, it's a success, regardless of the placing. Obviously, we all want to win. And again, no one can turn around to me and say, oh, well, I came last, but I was happy with my package and that's cool. I'm like, yeah, to a certain extent, but we all go to win. No one wants to come last. As long as you're happy with your package, then you know you can take that away and be satisfied. But don't tell me that you didn't want to win, because you did want to win.
Of course, 100%. And also, I think if you know deep down that you've ticked every single box, you've stuck to your plan,
Yeah.
you haven't fucked about with your diet, you've got all the training sessions in, you ain't missed a cardio session, then you can walk off that stage and say, do you know what? I ticked every box.
Yeah,
I brought my best I could do.
that's it.
But if you know deep down you haven't, you've missed cardio.
Yeah.
You've had a couple of Proseccos or whatever. You're only lying to yourself.
That's it.
What do you expect?
Yeah.
Because you've got someone else out there who's not having them couple of Proseccos, who's not missing that cardio session, who's not missing the training session, who's sticking to their plan.
Yeah.
So
That's it. That I couldn't. I could not. Even in my first season, when I didn't even know what to expect in bodybuilding, the last thing I could do, and I never dieted like I had for a prep before, I could never, ever, any time I was like, oh, I'm hungry, the thing that I thought about is, I'm going to stand on a stage in a bikini. I am not cheating. Because at least, and I feel like this is why a lot of people need a coach, and it's probably why I don't have the knowledge to prep myself anyway, but I know that if I step on stage and I don't look my best, it's not down to anything I've done. It's down to what my coach has done. Because I've done everything that they told me to do.
yeah,
And so the responsibility from that point of view, the only responsibility I have for myself when I step on stage is my posing and my hair and makeup. That's it. So if my physique isn't on point, that's not my fault. And I feel like this is why and I hear it a lot where people are like, oh, well, I think I need to do this. I'm like, well, are you coaching yourself? They're like, no. I'm like, well, why are you worrying about what your physique is? Because that's not your job. You're paying somebody else to worry about that. So stop worrying about something that's not your concern. Take that out your head. Focus on things like your posing and things that are in your control, because you pay somebody else to deal with that.
Yeah.
And this is why I think the relationship between me and Troy in terms of coaching is so smooth, because I respect that he is my coach and I need to listen to him. In the house, the rest of the life, it's me.
I mean, it's the same sort of conversation I had with my client today. She was like, do you think I'm going to be ready? And I said, I sent her emoji of a yawning face, because I know if she sticks to exactly what I say, I know she's going to be ready. And I said, listen, you don't need to worry about that. All you need to worry about is what you can control.
Yep.
And that is, you're putting the work in when it comes to your training, you're sticking to your plan, and you're giving it your all.
Exactly.
And when I say giving it your all, you're all in. Because with bodybuilding, there's no balance. Lifestyle, there's balance. You can have the odd cheat meal. You can have the odd little bit of alcohol here. When it comes to prep for a bodybuilding competition, there's no balance. It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to the same thing I just mentioned about you're having the odd drink here and there, you're having the odd off meal here and there. Well, that person that's going to be standing next to you on stage isn't having that.
This is it.
And you can't then moan about not getting the placing you wanted because of the work you didn't put in.
Yeah. This is it. I say this all the time and people are like, oh, yeah, you've got to strike a balance. I'm like, there's no balance in bodybuilding. It's one of those sports that is, and I've never played a professional sport, but it is 24/7. You cannot have time off. Realistically, you have off season, you can be a bit more relaxed, but if you don't think about progressing in your off season, you're going to look exactly the same on stage. So it really is a constant thing. If you're competing, you are all in, because you're trying to improve in that off season phase, and then you're prepping in your prep phase. So it's consistent. So you probably have a better balance in off season, but balance doesn't exist in prep. It teeters one way or the other. And I always think, so when I was working in tech full time, my job was my priority, because that's how I brought in money. In prep, that scale tipped slightly. Prep was my priority, in the sense of it's probably a 60-40 split of prep slightly rose above work, in the sense that I had to make sure my cardio was done and my training was done and my foods were all made before I thought about what I needed to do from a work perspective, because I know I could do both, and I know it's about striking a balance between the two, But saying that you're going to have a 50-50 split between the two is you're lying to yourself or you're naive. It can't happen. It's very... It takes over your life. It really does. And if you are not all in and you don't enjoy it, it's going to take over your life for the worst. So that's why I always say you've got to be all in.
But I personally think all sports take over your life.
Yeah.
Like, if you're working towards a boxing fight,
Yeah.
you're training constantly.
Yeah.
Like,
You have to
you're
say
all
no
in.
to nights out, stuff like that.
Footballers, professional footballers, you think they're going out every weekend getting on the piss? No, they're fucking not. They're training hard
Exactly.
and playing games. Like, it's the same with any sport, but
Yeah.
people, like, but yeah, bodybuilding is a sport, but people just don't look at it like that compared to other sports.
No. And it's interesting because I always wonder this. Why doesn't bodybuilding get the same, I don't know what that other sports do? And like I look at things like, is it because drugs are so talked about and open in bodybuilding that people are against it? Is it because, you have freaks that are a different scale? Because you could argue that Shaq is a freak in basketball because he was massive, he was tall, he was sick at what he did. You could argue that's a different type of freak in that sport. So I always wonder, why doesn't bodybuilding get the recognition that other sports does? And I don't know the answer to the question. I've just always wondered it. But it's a really good point because it is a professional sport. They just don't get paid for it.
I think what it is, the reason it doesn't get that is because if you're in it, you understand it. But if you're not in it, you don't understand it, and you just look at it as a bunch of vain guys on stage. Like, I'm not going to be that guy on stage in thongs, and you know, I think that's what it is. From an outsider sort of view, if you're not in it, you just don't understand it.
No, and I guess it's not as achievable as like a football player or a basketball player. Anyone can do it. Doesn't matter what you look like. Whereas there's a specific criteria of what you've got to look like to be a bodybuilder. So it's probably less accessible. So people are like, oh no, I can't do that. So I'm not going to try. It's too much effort, too much work.
I can't diet. I can't eat the same meals every day. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, the people that I can't, you're not made for this anyway.
Yeah.
You're not cut out for this.
That's it.
Because I believe if you want to do something, whatever it is in life, if you put the work in, you can 100% do it.
Yeah.
You know, like, for me, example, I'm not saying if I want to be a professional footballer, I know that I could be that, because the age I'm at now, I should have started off when I was younger playing football. But,
did you get an injury?
Use that common one. Yeah, got an injury, mate. Used to play for Man City, but yeah, got an injury. I had to have my Achilles attached.
It's always Achilles.
It's always Achilles.
Always
Achilles. Look at man's leg; he's got no scars or nothing. What do you mean reattached? Like, what are you talking about?
Never run in his life.
Yeah, never run. Pulling up photos of back in the day and that.
5-year-old on the pitch.
Yeah. Bro, that's not even you, bro. What are you talking about? AI nowadays, isn't it?
Yes.
You know?
Scary. Very scary.
What made you want to get on stage in the first place?
Oh, I love this question. So I got on stage for the first time in 2023. July 2023 was the first time I competed. Now, I had been to watch Troy compete in 2020.
Sorry to butt in. July 23.
July 23.
For 2 years. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
Mad, isn't it?
I remember when you first got on stage as
Yeah.
well.
It literally
my
seems like
God.
yesterday. So it's like 2 years now. 2 years this month, at the end of this month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's insane when I think about it, because like it popped up the other day, a posing session I had when I first started, and it was a month out of my show. I was like, this was 2 years ago. What the heck? Mad. But to answer your question, how did I get into competing? So I'd been to shows, so I'd watched a couple of PCA, a couple of FitX shows because Troy was competing. I think it was 2022, and I think he competed in 2021 as well. Yeah, it was 2021 and 2022 he competed. So I'd been to shows, I'd seen the categories. I was like, that's cool. These women look stunning. It's incredible what they do. I admire it. Never thought about it. Didn't interest me. I was working long hours. I was eating. I've always had a decent diet. I feel like I've always been in relatively okay shape. But yeah, so that was that. Troy then decided to, after decades of working in a PT studio, he decided to kind of focus on bodybuilding and build his own online coaching for bodybuilding, really, and prepping. So I said to him, I was like, right, okay. He was like, I need some results. That's how I'm gonna kind of get established and create a name for myself. So I was like, cool. So I was like, all right, what about if I do a photo shoot? So you can diet me from A point to B point. I'll do a photo shoot, bang, you've got a result. It was like, yeah, okay, cool. So I think it was end of March. So we went on holiday, end of March. It's the 30th of March. We started my prep for the photo shoot. By, I think we were a month down, and he was like, you're looking really, really good. He was like, made a joke. He was like, you could probably do a show, you know? And I carried on. I was like, okay, interesting. Carried on. I was like, thinking about going for some posing lessons.
I can see where this is going.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I've seen a couple of shows. I reckon I could do that. So then very quickly, and I mean very quickly, it then turned into, I'm going to do a show. Let's do a show. So we planned for September. That was the Manchester show. And I was like, right, okay, that's what we're going to do. And by this point, it was probably May time. So then I booked a posing session, and I was like, I quite like this. I didn't have any heels. I actually used the posing coach's heels. She was lovely to lend me the heels. So I did that because I brought some just stilettos along with me because I knew you had to wear heels. So I did that, and I was like, right, okay. And then dieted me, carried on as normal, got a few more posing sessions in. And then we got to, I'd probably say beginning of June, and he was like, you're going to be ready early. Like, my body reacted very quickly to dieting. I don't need a lot of food. I don't mind dieting.
Unit.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of food.
Yeah.
we eat carbs, that's it.
Everything's carb.
I remember the first time I started dieting, my uncle was like, what you got for dinner? And I was like, I got a little bit of chicken and some veggies. He's like, where's your carbs? I was like, oh, I got a little bit of rice. He's like, what about your potato? What about this? What about that? I'm like, Uncle Dave. Like, no, we don't need all this. So that was like the beginning of June. And then by that point, he was like, yeah, we're going to have to bring you forward. And I didn't book any shows. I was like, cool, I just do what you tell me to do. And we decided to go into a Two Bros show. And we did a Two Bros regional in July. Because he was like, I reckon you're pretty damn good. You're up there. We could probably get you a pro card. I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to do what he says. So I did the regional. I did a fit X 2 weeks later. And then we went to Norway. I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna travel. So we went to Norway, and then I won my pro card in Austria, beginning of September, 2nd of September that year. So
my G,
that's it. That's how we do it.
Crazy.
That's how we do it.
Within 6 months, pro.
Mad. Yeah, it was insane.
And people train years and years and years to get to this level.
But the thing is, and this is what people have said to me, oh, you did it so quickly. I'm like, yes, in your eyes, I did it very quickly, but I've been training for 10 years. I was training like a strongman when I first started at the gym. I was lifting Atlas stones because, I don't know, it was fun. And people think that, people try to compare their 6 months in the gym and trying to get a pro card to my 10 years on and off, but training quite hard-ish in the gym. And I'm kind of like, it's not the same. I do have I clearly had a lot of muscle that I built without realising it. So, yeah, it was mad.
The muscle was there from the over 10 years worth of training.
Yeah.
And then literally you've just stripped back the fat.
That's it.
Bought the condition.
Yeah.
Bosh.
Turns out it was all right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, mad time.
Big
mad
up.
Time.
What was your first prep and show like mentally and physically?
So, I'd say mentally, I think because I was so naive to the whole thing, to the whole industry, I was quite chilled. I'd obviously been to shows, but I had full faith in my coach, and I kind of thought that was okay. I spoke to a couple of people, I just chatted with a couple of people in the industry, and it's actually really funny because one of my best friends today is Jodie DeLand, who's a PCA pro, and she's actually one of the first people I ever followed, and I followed her journey from when she first started competing. I think it's 2017. So it's mad because I kind of saw her documenting of her prep when she first started out. So in the back of my mind, I probably had a little bit of an idea, not enough, but a little bit of an idea of what it was going to be like. So I think mentally it was harder than physically. And I think because I was working full time, my hours were mad. I was traveling to London, doing expos. I had to be on it for work as well as prep. It was hard, but I feel like when I've got more to do, it's probably easier. Weird, but it works. I like controlling my time. So mentally it was fine, it was good. And I think because it helped me that I didn't know what to expect almost, because I didn't have an expectation of myself or what it was going to be like. I did my research and I think that was enough for me. Physically it was hard, but I like a challenge. The entire prep was fine up to a point, and then that hunger starts to kick in. It's the same with like mentally. I feel like mentally it's fine up until you get to a certain point in prep where like it's hard to concentrate, it's hard to talk about anything, it's hard to hold a conversation. So physically I think up until the point where like I was shredded, because I peeled, it gets me peeled, and then fills me up. And up until that point I think it was tough. But I don't know, there was never a sense of I'm gonna quit this. It was just a suck it up, get it done, do it. Did my cardio, travelled, did whatever I needed to, meal prepped. It was, I don't want to say it was easy because it's not easy, but yeah, I don't know. I always think I don't remember it very well. So I always wonder, how women have babies and they say, I don't really remember the birth now. I don't remember the pain of the birth, because after I've had the child and they're here, I just forget all that bit. So I don't know whether I have that, where like I've just forgotten how bad it was. But yeah, like fortunately, I felt like pretty blessed. But I like to do and this is like the first time he prepped me anyway, it was a 20-week prep, because the last thing he wanted was for me to go from there to dip in and then my work dips, because that's not an option. So I've always done long preps so that it's a gradual decrease and I can kind of get used to it and I can still function and do everything I need to. So touch wood, it was pretty good mentally and physically. It was tough, not easy, but as far as I've heard some stories go, it's pretty good.
And I mean, that just shows a good coach as well.
That's
that he obviously understood your situation. You couldn't be going for a dip like this because of work.
Yeah.
Like work come into play as well. So, I mean, a lot of coaches would have used the same approach, not really listen to what you were saying about work, put it to the side, we're going for the dip, we're chasing that. But hang on a minute, my job's more important than this.
Yeah.
This is what pays my bills.
Exactly.
This is a hobby.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I'd say they're kind of being selfish in a way, because they just want that
number on their bio on Instagram. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
People being pushed into shows because that coach wants an extra number on their bio to say they've got a pro card or a gold medal or a this or a that, and it's horrific when you're playing with people's health. And it's funny because I remember when I first started prepping, and somebody like Troy is my husband and he coaches me, and somebody knew that, and we were having a conversation with them, and they were like, oh, good luck. And we're kind of like, what? And we're like, oh, well, my partner coached me and we broke up. And we heard this a lot. A lot of people were like, I mean, good luck to you, I hope it works out, but a lot of relationships kind of don't work when you're trying to coach your partner. And it's funny because I don't think I'd trust anybody else ever. And I have been very blessed that I had a very positive first experience of prep and competing, because he's so good at what he does. He's got the knowledge, he's got the credentials, he's worked in the industry for long enough, he researches something before he ever thinks about prescribing. He will listen to people. If someone tells you that, like tells him that they're not feeling too good or they've got busy with work, he'll take the excuses sometimes and be like, that's a lie, or that's bullshit, we can get through that, suck it up. But he will listen and he will take that on, and it's no different as my partner. And so I'm very, very blessed that he is a good coach. So I've had a good experience. I don't kind of sit here thinking, which I see all the time on Instagram, bodybuilding ruined my life, bodybuilding made me fat, bodybuilding did this. Like, no, you did this or your coach did this, but effectively you did this because you listened to your coach. and you fucked yourself up. Take some responsibility. It's my pet hate. It's my pet hate.
I see it all the time, especially coming to the end of a bodybuilding season when people have finished their shows and they end up creating a bad relationship with food, end up putting shitloads of weight back on, and end up yo-yoing, trying to get that weight off, and then it's going back up again because they're eating again, and it's just a vicious battle, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And a lot of coaches, when you're saying to them, look, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling shit, I'm struggling. Come on, you're meant to feel like this. This is what it's meant to be. Come on, just get through it. Stick to the plan, stick to the plan, stick to the plan.
Yeah.
Just keep ticking those boxes, stick to the plan.
Yeah.
Like, not actually listening, just saying, not helping you in any way, just not even giving you that little bit of reassurance, like, look, arm round sort of thing. I know how you feel. I've been there.
Yes. But it's going to be hard. We'll get through it together.
This is how it is. It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
You're competing. You're not a lifestyle client.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
If I am to give you more food, it's going to go against what I have in place for you to get the best result out of you.
This is it.
So you sort of just try and stay focused.
Yeah. And it's hard.
Right. What's the most common thing? I'm hungry. Yeah. Well, go have a pint of water and then come back and tell me if you're hungry. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not even hungry. You have that pint of water and you feel good.
Yeah, or you're bored.
It's down to boredom,
Yeah.
Or flicking through social media and seeing your mates have gone out for a meal.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah. I think, arguably, post-show, in my personal opinion, post-show is harder than a prep. Because your hunger signals are all off. All you want to do is eat. And it's almost become this thing where social media and people competing tell you that you need to hoard all these cakes and all these chocolates and all these things that you weren't able to eat before. You've got to hoard them like there's some crisis that they're all going to go out of stock at that point. And I did it. First season, I bought cakes, I bought biscuits, I was baking left, right and centre. And because people think that that's a thing that you do post-show, like, I eat this brownie because I've not had one for 4 months. Like, I'm never going to eat one again. And then they pile 4 in. I'm all for having I have a post-show snack. I have some cake after show. But there's a line. And everyone will rebound different. Everyone will post-show different. Like, my friend will say to a coach, don't talk to me for 3 days. Give me my 3 days. I'm going to do what I want and we can deal with the aftermath. Give me a plan. I will eat my plan. Maybe jazz it up a little bit because I cut out like seasoning and stuff towards the end of a prep. So I'll jazz it up and I might have a little cake. I might have a little muffin pre-workout. That's my way of dealing with it. But I'm like, leave me to it, give me my plan and just leave me for a week. And 9 times out of 10, I'll stick to it. If he forced something down my throat, I'd probably rebel and rebound badly. But for some reason, everyone thinks that they need to hoard loads and loads of snacks and eat crap for weeks, and then it spirals and spirals and spirals, and then next thing you know it, you're 6 weeks down and you're in worse shape than you were before you started your prep. Mad.
And then literally it's back to square one.
Yeah.
Weeks and weeks of getting this fat off. Yep.
And then you waste so much time that you wonder why you look exactly the same next time you step on stage. And it's a cycle that happens again and again and again. And that's why people develop eating disorders and bad body image and stuff like that. And it's sad. It's sad to say because they're the very people that will then slag off the industry.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's not the industry. You either had a bad coach or you probably had a bad coach. Because if your coach has just left you to it, then I'd argue that that's kind of their responsibility, especially if you're a first timer. You can't just leave your client.
Of course you can't.
Off you go. Like my friend who does that and says, the coach says, off you go. She's very experienced and she's been doing this for about 7-8 years. So she kind of knows what works for her. But as a first timer, you've got to keep a close eye on people because you don't know what to expect. You don't know what it's going to be like.
Yeah. You turned pro in your first year of competing. What was that like?
Surreal. Very surreal. I think almost because I didn't know what it meant. It took a while to sink in. And I don't want to ever diminish the achievement for me or for anybody else because it's massive. Now I know that it's a big thing. I don't think I kind of understood the magnitude of like, this is a really good thing, because people were coming up to me saying, oh my God, I can't believe you're on IFBB Pro in your first season. That's amazing. I'm like, yes, it's pretty cool. But I'm just Frankie, the tech person who just goes to work every day and lives a normal life and enjoys the gym and happened to step on stage. So I think I definitely underestimated what that means and what it signifies. So it was mad. It was mad. Crazy.
Does it feel real now?
Sort of. I almost don't think it ever will, because it's still kind of one of those where I'm humble enough to be like, well, there are many pros. So until I do something now of substantial status, then I'm just like all of these other people. So yeah, it kind of has sunk in. I kind of get what it means now, but yeah, we're aiming for that next goal now. We're always rising for something.
Love that. Did anything surprise you about the prep or show day when you first competed?
The show day, the tanning in show day. Horrified. I was clutching pearls left, right, and centre when I walked into that tanning place. The way they're like, just take off your clothes. I'm like, but there's all people in here. What do you mean take off my clothes? And then there's just a load of like women just standing around completely naked. Yeah, I remember the FitX one was the most surreal, because we were all just in this like back end of some place and we're all just having a chat. Like it was like we're chatting now, like, but we were naked and nobody acknowledged that we were all naked. So I'm there like, don't look at the boobs, don't look at the boobs, don't look at the boobs. I'm like a man. So bad. That was probably the most like shocking part of the whole thing. But I think it was such a new experience, and I always try and keep as open-minded as possible about new experiences. And I think watching Troy do some shows before, in the back of my head I kind of had an idea of what it would be like, but it was all shocking. It was all a new experience. So every time something happened, every time there was a new line on me, or every time I stepped on stage in that season, I was kind of like, whoa, this is mad. So the whole thing was just surreal, really.
How did you find the transition from amateur to IFBB Pro?
Honestly, I don't feel like there was a much of a transition, and I think that because it happened so quickly. I wasn't in amateur scene it long enough to be embedded in it and understand it. So I think it was just all the same almost. I'd say the main thing that was different between the two seasons is I kind of went from winning everything to like second call outs, and that's probably the biggest transition that I noticed. It's the pro scene was definitely less friendly last year compared to the amateur scene. Less hospitable, less friendly, but it could just be a product of the shows that I was doing and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think I was in amateur scene long enough to notice a significant transition between the two.
Just taking it back, what's second call outs?
So when you compete, if there's a number of girls or a number of competitors, they will split you into different call outs. So based on, let's say for argument's sake, so my first pro show that I did, there were I think 16 or 17 of us. So what they will do is they will bring you all out in generally second name numerical order. Numerical? Alphabet order. Jesus Christ. I'm not even on prep. So they'll bring you out alphabetized. My surname was Walsh, so I was always last. So they bring you out, have a look at you, you go back out, and then they come back out and call you out in two different call outs. So first call out generally is your top girls. They're your top 5 or 6, depending on how many competitors there are. So then they'll be first call outs, they're your best ones. So the people that are in that one of them's winning the show. Second call outs, next generally like 6 to 10 placing, and then your third call outs will be 10 to 16 type thing. And that's generally how they'll work it. So different call outs, obviously you will always want to aim to be in first call outs. That's always the goal, because you are competitive, you stand a chance of winning, you're up there. So that's the goal. That's always the goal.
What were some of the biggest mindset shifts you had to make?
With competing?
Yeah.
I don't think there was a lot of mindset shifts. And I only think that because the type of person I am, I'm all or nothing when it comes to something. So if I'm going to do something, I'm gonna give it my all. I'm not gonna half-ass it. It is what it is. I'm trying that, and I'm going to complete it. And if I don't complete it, I don't like it. But generally, I will do it to. I will continue to do something until the point where I've done it and I feel satisfied. So, and that was the same in my work and my job. So I think in terms of a mindset shift, I don't think there was a massive shift that had to go on in my head to stick to plan or to do anything to do with stage. The minute I was like, I'm going on stage, I had my posing booked, I had my bikini picked of where I was going to get it from, I had my shoes bought, I had all this done, because if I'm going to go in, I'm in. That's it. And I think that's just naturally my mindset with a lot of things anyway. So I think that the only mindset shift was just you're doing this now. That's it. Stick to it.
Have you had to deal with any post-show challenges like reverse dieting or body image?
Yeah, I would say so. Post show, again, I maintain that that's probably arguably for me harder than prepping, because the way your body just says, "Give me all the food," that's hard. So I think that was challenging, but I kind of just I'm quite good at control anyway. I've got a lot of self control when it comes to things like that. So the big thing for me was not making myself feel guilty or trying to hide food. So, and I think this was a bit of an adjustment between me and with both me and Troy. So he was like, right, here's your reverse plan. This is what we're going to do. This is what you need to follow. And I almost kind of felt a little bit compelled to like think I can only eat this, so I'm back like in a rigid plan. And but I'm post show and I've had cakes after my show. So like, what do I do? I'm like, oh, I really fancy a biscuit. And then I found like at one point I was like, I could hear him in the living room, and I'd like try and get a biscuit. But then I was like, no, this is very unhealthy. This is the start of a very unhealthy relationship, both between me and him as a coach, but as husband, but also with me and food. So I was like, no, don't do that. I'd come in, I'm like, right, I'm going to have a biscuit. I'm just going to have one or two. I'm done. And he's like, okay, cool. And I think that really helped me, because he was like, okay, that's fine. And it almost kept me accountable and stopped me from binging. So I think reverse dieting is so hard, and post show is so hard. And I don't think it's not talked about a lot. It's kind of just very glassed over, like, well done, you've done your show, you did amazing, cool. That's it. And I think that's something like I've had conversations with a couple of first timers over the last couple of weeks. I'm like, make sure, if I have one piece of advice for you, enjoy your show day, be amazing, go have a nice meal, treat yourself after, do what you need to do, focus on hydration, obviously, post show, but do not binge. If you feel like you're struggling, please just message me. I will help you. And if you start to binge and you feel like you're getting out of control, just message me. But I feel like this is something that coaches should be doing and talking about. And like the girl I spoke to, she didn't have a post-show feed or plan or reverse diet with a coach. And I'm like, this is 101 as a coach. This is what you should be giving your client. You should be talking about post-show with your client before they've even stepped on stage. So yeah, that was probably quite hard. I think in terms of body image, that's probably a difficult one. And I maintain that I've never really struggled with body image, even though like everyone, I wish my boobs were a little bigger, or I wish my butt was a little bit bigger growing up, whatever. Like my friends all had big boobs and big butts. And I was like, they're me. I am bored. And that was hard. So I always kind of nitpicked and thought, oh, I wish I had this, but it never bothered me enough. And I just then started training. I got a boob job. I solved it. So I wouldn't ever say that I've despised my body, which I know a lot of people do. But I think competing probably made it a bit worse, in the sense that I probably had an expectation of how I thought I knew I could look. So why don't I look like that now? And I think post show, that's quite difficult, especially when you're putting on weight. Now, I think the positive thing for me is I don't love my prep body. As in, I think it's amazing, it's fascinating, and it's incredible. And I do love it from that visual standpoint of, wow, look at all these lines. But as a day-to-day lifestyle and looking at myself in the mirror and wearing clothes and stuff like that, my 10 weeks out is my, like, that's where, when I stop competing, that will be where I sit consistently, 10 weeks out-ish. So I think because I don't idolize my prep body, I find off season a lot easier because I like my off season body. And I think that's probably one of the things that makes it a lot easier. However, I think I know, and I had this conversation with Troy, I said there's a certain level that I am comfortable at. And I understand that you have to put on body fat to grow, but I spend more time in off season. I spend more time not prepping. So I want to love my body year round and I want to be comfortable with it. So that means that I don't want to be going above a certain body fat level. And it's not really a body fat level, it's a look. And generally, the look of what I don't want to go above is where he would say that I'm spilling over anyway. So he would diet me by that point. So I'd say I probably became more critical of myself, but I've not kind of hit a stage at all so far, touch wood, where I'm like, I hate my body, I don't like how it looks, or I've tried to change it significantly or anything like that because, or I won't go out or I won't wear certain things. So yeah, and I think it is a big thing. I see it a lot, but I've been very, very, very lucky.
Did you try hold on to that look after the show for as long as you could?
No, I wanted it gone.
Oh, really?
I was like, put some body fat on me because this is not nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I say, that 10-week out either side is my perfect. Like, I like it. It's because you can see your stomach's flat, you can see obliques, but you've got butt. That's my like sweet spot. I look like I train, but I don't look unhealthy and I don't look fat, and that's my kind of where I like. But I also recognise that if I want to grow and I want to get better, you're gonna have to put a bit of body fat on. You're gonna have to be a bit uncomfortable sometimes. Until I get to the stage of a Ashley K Fit, Ashley Coltwasser, who what she defines as main gains, and she kind of maintains a good level all around because she's pretty much built the tissue that she needs. She could probably walk into a show like 5 weeks outside and doing that show and diet for 5 weeks and be ready because she's got to that level where she's probably had to put on high amounts of body fat and drop down and spend weeks prepping. She's done that. She's been competing for a long time. So until I get to that stage, I have to deal with the fact that I will go up and down and there will be uncomfortable times a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I've had clients come to me and say, look, Leon, I want to lose weight, but I want to keep my boobs and I want to keep my bum. You can't spot reduce.
Yeah.
You can't like. The only way you can spot reduce weight is liposuction.
Yeah, that's it.
But when it comes to doing it through nutrition, you're going to lose weight all around.
Yeah.
And you are generally going to lose a bit of boob and you're going to lose a bit of bum.
It's probably not a bad thing because no one wants it to be fat.
Yeah.
You want it to be muscular.
You want it to be tight.
Yeah.
Tight.
You don't want it to be jiggling too much.
Yeah,
like
like when you wobbling and
No.
Yeah. So this is the question.
Ooh, that look.
This is the question that I was asked to ask you.
Okay.
And I like this question. And I'm pleased that I'm going to ask you this question. What's your least favourite thing about bodybuilding?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things.
Really?
Yeah. And do you know what? I say there's so many things. It's not actually bodybuilding, the actual act of bodybuilding that I don't like. It's outside of that. It's everything else. So I love standing on stage. I love prepping. I love off season. I love getting glam. I love all that side of things. It's the false perceptions outside of bodybuilding or that people like to have about it. It's the expectations that people place on people generally. It's the times when people will try to devalue the sport. It's everything outside of it. It's social media and how people will try and bring other people down. It's how, oh my God, people just bitch and moan and criticize and take the mick out of each other and chat about each other and stuff like that and devalue other coaches. It's all of that noise outside of it that I dislike about the bodybuilding and the fitness industry as a whole. That's the annoying bit. I always ask this question to people when I meet new people and I have a chat with them and they're in bodybuilding. I'm like, if Instagram didn't exist, would you still compete and stand on stage? And I I think I can confidently answer that and say, yes, I probably would. I probably wouldn't have, because I probably wouldn't have seen it as much. But if you took Instagram away and I asked me if I wanted to compete, I probably would say yeah. Because I actually enjoy competing. It's a fun thing. I like the whole act of it. It's all the noise around it that's just so frustrating. All the fake news about it, all the influencers that are just chatting shit sometimes. It's that bit that just frustrates me.
If someone said to you, if it weren't for Instagram, if Instagram weren't around, I wouldn't compete, would you say that person's just in it for clout and attention?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. By default, you are just trying to get you're trying to get something other than the gratification of standing on stage. You're trying to get something else, and unless they explain something else to me, that's the only thing I can think of that you would do that for. So you're either you're a coach and you're trying to get clients, or you just want to do it because you want a pat on the back, or you want people to tell you that you're amazing, which is fine. Like, if that's your reason for doing it, that's fine. We've all got to have a reason, but yeah, just different strokes for different folks and all that.
What does a day in the life of Frankie Anderson look like right now?
Oh, right now. Okay. So, I was made redundant. So, my tech job that I was working, my day would have been completely different. So, because I was made redundant, I'm a bit of a free bird at the moment. So, I will get up, and I get up at the same time. So, I get up about 7 o'clock. I'm a bit light in it till 7. I used to get up at like 5:30. And you used to be like, why are you getting up at 5:30? You work from home. I'm like, because I like to start the day. There's something like that's weirdly satisfying and makes me feel elite if I'm up before I know normal people get up. Don't know why. I think it's that old be part of the 5 a.m. club. It's, yeah.
I think if you win the morning, you win the day.
I like that. Very
Would you agree?
motivational. Yeah, I do. I think if you try and start your day later, I feel like I'm chasing my tail, I'm rushing behind and everything, and yeah, I don't have that sense of accomplishment. So,
do you know what the worst feeling is though?
what?
When you wake up past your alarm and you get home, you're like, oh shit, I've got to do this, do that, and then you end up rushing.
Yeah.
It feels like your whole day is completely fucked.
And I'm a panicker.
And I think it only affects the people that live by routine.
Yes.
If you've got no routine or no structure of your day, you wouldn't get that feeling.
No.
But it's like, fuck, by this time I would have usually done this, this and this.
Literally.
Now I've got to do it and rush and do it.
Yeah, always. That's me. I love a routine. Even when I stopped working my my normal corporate job, I was like, I still need a routine because I will go insane. So at the moment, I will get up, I will do my cardio straight away because I'm one of those, and I'm getting better. But if I don't do my cardio in the morning, it's not happening. Apart from on prep, which my cardio will happen in the morning regardless. But I need to do it in the morning because I'll find an excuse not to do it otherwise, especially in off season when you're kind of like, I've not got a goal. I'm chilling. So I'll do my cardio. Then my lovely husband will cook breakfast. He's the chef. I don't like cooking, so he will make most of my food.
I have to get him to come cook me breakfast.
He is.
Is he a good cook?
He is very good.
Yeah.
Very good. That's why I just don't touch the kitchen. And then I have to complain when I have to make my own food. I'm like, why are you not home? I'm hungry. I'm due my next meal.
Where are you?
You come home now.
What do you mean you're going to be 10 minutes? I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Because when we want our food now, right?
Exactly. I got plan, routine.
Yeah, I got shit to do.
Yeah. So I'll do my cardio, I'll eat my breakfast, and then generally it depends on, so I've started videography. And that's, again, like my competing, bit of a hobby, kill some time a little bit whilst I'm figuring out what I want to do with my life. I'm like a midlife crisis at the moment. That's my point. So I'm doing some videography, and I'll generally kind of sit upstairs. I'll kind of go to work almost. Yeah. So I'll sit upstairs, I'll do my editing, I'll work on some MYO clothing stuff as well. Check on how that's doing. If I've got shoots, I'll go to the gym, I'll do some shoots, come back, edit. But at some point through the day, I will also go to the gym, I'll train. Generally, because the gym's about 30 minutes, EP Jungle from us. Obviously, that's a trek to get to, so we get there. Sometimes we'll go together, train, come back, and then we'll train every day, every evening. Spend a bit of time together, just whether that's watching TV, like chatting, whatever the case may be. We'll try and spend a bit of time together, just doing whatever. And then we'll go for a little evening walk before bed. And then I'll go to bed. And that pretty much sums up my kind of normal day to day at the moment. I kind of have a routine of what I do within a week, and I like to stick to the structure as best I can because it just helps keep me sane. I know what I'm doing, I know what I need to accomplish, I get it done. So I have at the moment quite a nice, I say chilled, it's chilled for me lifestyle at the moment, which is nice. It's a change.
Do you know what I love? The fact of what you do as well is you go upstairs, you still go to work.
Yeah.
Because there's been times where, because I work from home as well, online coaching, there's been times where I've just rolled out of bed, still early,
Yeah.
still on my time that I usually get up, which is between 5 in the morning as well. And if I don't get up, have a coffee and have a shower and get dressed
Yes.
straight away, I'm less productive throughout the day.
Yeah. I'll easily sit on the sofa, either doom scrolling on Instagram or watching a TV. Then I'll like get into a series and I'll boot. The next thing I know, it's 3 o'clock and I've sat here for 6 hours. I'm like, where's the time gone? And then if it starts getting dark and like I've got corporate mentality in my mind, so it starts getting to like 6, 7 o'clock. I'm like, well, I can't start work now because my day's done. So I can't do anything and I can't start a task without knowing I can finish it. I'm really bad at that.
And then you're like kicking yourself and like, fuck's sake, I've
Wasted
fucked
a
up the
day.
day. I've wasted a day. And then you try and chase it, and it's just literally, I think the best thing to do if that ever happens, what's worked for me is go to bed.
Yeah.
Make sure that doesn't happen again.
That's it. And the same can be said for dieting.
Exactly the
If
same.
you fuck up your food, move on.
Yeah.
Don't fuck up the rest of your day if you can help it.
Yeah.
But tomorrow's another day. You don't need to do this, oh, I'll start again on next Monday. And it's Tuesday.
But do not do it 2 days in a row.
No.
Because that's when you start to create a bad habit.
Yeah.
And it's harder to get back on track after that second day of doing it.
Yeah.
And that's the same with falling off your plan, if it's food, if it's missing 2 gym sessions,
Yes.
not going straight to work in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Massive. Massive. I think people forget how important creating a routine and creating a habit is for maintaining it. It's kind of and we talked about this earlier, starting and stopping the gym, starting and stopping a diet, going through these fads and phases thinking they're going to work, and you fall off. You fall off. It's not sustainable. You just kind of need to keep on it, keep your motivation, keep it going, and it's hard. It's not easy.
And that's the thing, it takes time to build up momentum. But it's so quick to lose it.
Yes.
So quick to lose it.
What's the saying that everyone uses these days about you can't always rely on motivation because your motivation will peak and a dip. You have
discipline.
you have to focus on discipline. Just this is what you've got to do and you've got to do it. The moment you start doing that and change that mentality of like throwing away the, oh, I don't feel like it today, that's when you then focus. And I was guilty of it. Like he'd go to the gym, Troy would go to the gym, and he'd be like, right, I'm going to the gym, are you coming to the gym? I'm like, it's 5 o'clock now, I'm just going to chill and watch TV. I've been at work all day staring at a screen, I don't want to do that. Whereas now, if it's a training day, it's a training day, I'm going. Doesn't matter if I'm tired. If I'm tired and it's leg day, maybe I'll swap it around for a shoulder day because it's all right. Or if my leg day, I need to do my leg day and I drop the weights a little bit, it's all right, at least I went. It's just about balance.
Balance and adapting.
Balance.
Like, what's the point going to have a leg day if you know that you're not going to be able to give your 100% because you're feeling a bit tired?
Yeah.
Go and work on a body part that takes less energy and you're still going to be able to tick those boxes because that's going to help you physically and also mentally as well.
That's it. I often, if I feel like crap, my delts and my leg day, so my shoulder day and my leg day are very like next to each other. So I'll often swap them. And I'll say to Troy, I'm like, look, I'm not feeling good. I feel a bit crap. I'm going to go to the gym because it is what it is. I'm going to swap these around because I don't want to half-ass my leg session because there's nothing worse than half-assing a leg session. You want to go all in on a leg session. And he's like, cool, just make sure you do it. As long as you tick that box in the week, you're cool. And I'll often swap rest days around. So my rest days will vary between Wednesday and Thursday, depending on what I'm doing and how I feel. And I can do that in off-season. That does not happen in prep. There is no compromise in prep. It happens. But in off-season, I'm kind of like, I'll dip in and out. I'll change it up a little bit. But the boxes still get ticked.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Still tick them boxes.
Yeah. That's what you got to do. Not rocket science. People
Fucking
overcomplicate this
easy.
stuff.
Just follow it and
Literally.
just get the work done.
That's it.
Simple. What's hard
Not
about it?
overcomplicated.
Yeah, when you start overcomplicating things, it's when you start having them self battles in your head, and before you know it, you've skipped a session, you've missed a meal, and then you're fucking kicking yourself because you feel like absolute shit because you fell off, and you feel like your whole life's come to an end. And that's what I class as self sabotage.
Yeah. Oh, massively. And then you're lying to your coach, but your coach always knows, because we know coach always knows.
We know. They know.
You
They're not
cannot lie to
stupid.
coach. No.
You can't lie to your coach.
No.
We know. Like, I've seen clients, they've lied to me, and I'm thinking, mate, I can't believe you're actually fucking lying to my face.
Yeah.
You're talking shit. I'm thinking, you're fucking lying. Stop lying.
But the client often thinks that they've got away with it.
Yeah,
like,
they've won. They think,
the fool, he knows.
Yeah.
He doesn't know this.
Yeah.
You're sitting there like this fool.
yeah, I'm looking at thinking, you fucking wanker. Like, you're full of shit.
Oh, gosh.
Telling me you ain't fell off your plan and you've stuck to everything, but your weight's gone up 3 to 4 kilos.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. An unexplained increase.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad. It's funny, though.
It's funny. It's funny. So, Frankie, you're a homeowner
I am.
and married.
Yeah.
How does your personal life support or challenge your athlete life?
So I'd say probably more so my personal life has enhanced my athlete life, or vice versa as well. So I think the rigorous programming and organisation of a prep actually helped me in my career, helped me become more organised, become more focused, because when your patient starts to run out at the back end of a prep and you're like straight to the point. I was in sales, so do you want to buy this or not? My sales went through the roof at the end of a prep. It was so good. So I'd say my personal life has got better because of competing, in the sense that if I want something, or I don't want something, or I don't like something, or I like something, it's probably helped me become more direct. I will never be horrible. I'm still very polite, and I'll always try and be as polite as possible. But I think going through a prep and taking myself to levels that I didn't think I could mentally get to has probably really helped me in my day-to-day life of, I don't like that, I'm going to tell you about it. And it's a weird connection, because you wouldn't think that something that enhances your physique would help you mentally and would pass over into personal relationships, work as whole. But I feel like that's probably the biggest thing that I've taken from competing, and that has helped me. I'd say that, and generally the people I've met. The people I've met in bodybuilding, probably such a mad mix of people that outside of bodybuilding may not have ever spoken, because we probably wouldn't have been in the same vicinity to ever spark a relationship. But I've genuinely met some of the best people I've ever met, and the most trustworthy people. Like I say this to Troy all the time, I'm like, I can count on 2 hands the amount of people who, if I needed to call them and I was like, I need help, I could call and know that they would come and help me. And they're all from bodybuilding. I've met them all from bodybuilding. And that, to be able to say that, is weird, because I've only been doing it for 2 years and he's only been doing it for like 4. So to have friends and people around me that I can do that with is insane. And I'm so thankful, so grateful that that's created from prepping and bodybuilding. So it's mixed up, and for me it's from the most positive place and in the most positive light. So yeah, I like it.
Love that. I mean, you wouldn't have thought that, would you?
Never.
I mean, a lot of bitching, like we said before, there's a lot of bitchiness in this industry, but there is some good positives in there as well.
That's it. I think every industry is bitchy. Like the tech industry was bitchy as hell, but you kind of you either get involved in it or you switch off from it, and that's that. It's a part of my life. It doesn't rule my entire life, and as I say, I've met some of the greatest people around, and I'm happy with my circle of people that I'm with, and I'm very, very grateful, because I wouldn't have met them if it wasn't for bodybuilding. I love it. I feel like in life, you get out of it whatever you want to try and make it. So you make it the best possible experience for you, and you will have positive experiences from it. If you go in all negative and I hate it because everyone's bitchy and everyone's this and everyone's that. It's gonna be shit.
Negative attracts negative, right?
That's it.
Positive attracts positive.
Yeah, I didn't have the greatest experience in my last 3 shows. It wasn't the most fun. Am I going to think that my next 3 shows next year, if whenever I next compete, are going to be the same? No, I'm going to go in there with the same annoying, weird, happy personality that I've got, and I'm gonna be friendly, and I'm gonna hope that it's a bit friendlier than last time. Because despite that, and despite my thinking of it was quite negative and they weren't the most friendly, I still met some of the most nicest people I've ever met, and there was still a lot of positives that come from it. So it wasn't all bad. I still got to go to these countries. I still got to do this. I still got to meet these people, and I still speak to these people now. So you got to take with the rough with the smooth. It was what it was. It was an experience. I learned from it. It was great. We just move on and we just improve it next time. That's all you can do.
With the shows that you competed abroad, would you say it's the language barrier that made you feel like that?
It was probably a collective of things. Different federations, different shows, they're all run very differently. Some are run better than others. And so it gives, where the focus is on the athletes more, it's a better experience overall. And I think depending on who you're with, your circle, that's a big influence on kind of how your experience is. And I think there was probably just at that point a couple of factors that just weren't great, and work was hectic, that was chaotic. There was a multitude of things that made it quite a difficult time, but I still take the best from it. I still had the best gelato I've ever eaten in my entire life in Milan, so that's my positive.
Love ice cream.
Yeah, and the best cinnamon roll in France.
Really?
Oh my gosh. You wouldn't think it coming from France.
Can you still taste it now?
Literally, we were literally on a walk and we were talking about it yesterday.
Yeah.
It is the best cinnamon roll I've ever had in my life. So much so that we went there, the next day we went back for more and took it out, because I'd go back. It was in Metz. I would never go back to Metz because there's nothing there. I would go back for that cinnamon roll.
Really?
Yeah, it's that good. Honestly. Mad. Mad.
I need to try. I need to try this.
So good.
I love a cinnamon roll.
Yeah, I don't know what they did to it, but it was so light and fluffy. Don't it. Just give me a minute.
Just have a minute.
It's so
ready?
good.
You ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Let's resume.
How do you stay motivated when life throws curveballs?
I'm stubborn. I can't fail. I don't like failing. I feel it hurts me to fail more than it does for me to just push myself through something. I think this probably dates back to my childhood. So I didn't have a flush childhood. I grew up in a council estate in the West Midlands. It wasn't the best. I mean, I was fed. We had the basic needs satisfied. It wasn't horrendous, but it wasn't the greatest. And so I think I always think about that childhood, and I think about the people I was surrounded with, and I see where some of them are now, and I kind of think, right, I never want to be in that position, and I never want to let something hold me back, and I never want to. So one of my big things is that if I fear something, you goddamn bet I'm going to do it, because I am not letting my life be controlled by fear, because I feel like a lot of people in my family let fear control them, and they held themselves back, and they've been in the same position for their entire lives. They've never really achieved anything, and that's because they were too scared to, and I never wanted to be like that. So I think that the fear of being stagnant and the fear of not making anything of my life, that pushes me more than I'm gonna quit because this is hard. So I think that's probably why I keep going. There's always something else, which is good and bad. I'm always striving for something else. It's positive because it means I'm constantly growing, but it's also negative because it means I'm never satisfied. And that's good and bad.
I could relate to that as well. Like, my upbringing was, I'd say it's amazing when I look back at it. My mum was my mum and dad.
Yeah.
So she played both roles. And when I look back now, thinking my mum used to do 3 jobs a week so we could have the best life, have the best trainers that were in at the time. the best tracksuits that were in at the time. And I look back at it and think, you fucking done amazing. But at the time when I was actually in it as a kid, it was, oh, I want them, I want them, I want this, I want that. But when I look back and the way I'm with my kids, I want my kids to have, I want to say, everything that I didn't have, but I had a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's because I want them to have the best life ever. Because that's what it's all about for me.
Yeah, as it should be.
So when I look back, mate, my mum has smashed it, man.
That's good.
She smashed it. Like, it's just so proud to have, and so lucky to have a mum like that I've got.
Yeah.
Same with my sister as well. My mum worked her fucking arse off so we could have the best lives.
Yeah.
Like, even going on the little seaside holidays to like Clacton and going on the 2p machines.
Oh,
and having, when you could have like a portion of chips and a newspaper cone back in the day, walking along the beach, like, that was the best life ever. That was so fun.
Yeah.
So when I go out with my family and we go to these seaside places, I mean, we've only been, when was it? Last year we went to one. They treated me, my girls treated me to a caravan holiday away.
Love that.
And it was a bit emotional because it brought back memories. Like, where we went, I'd been hundreds of times when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So, like, looking around and my little girl getting excited when she's winning, putting the money in, the coins are coming down, it comes out in the bottom of the tray and tokens are coming out of the thing.
Yeah.
Because she keeps winning. Then you take the tokens to the little kiosk and then they give you a prize depending on how many tokens you've got.
Yeah.
And then she's like, Dad, come on, we've got to win this toy, And I'm a sore loser, mate. Like, I am winning.
Yep.
I'm winning.
Yep.
Like,
and you'll be there all day.
That toy in that machine, they probably bought that for £1, £2.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm putting £20, £30 in there. I want that toy. I want that toy
so
for
bad.
her. And it's comes down, picks it up. Got it.
The claws are the worst machine.
Worst.
The devil.
Worst. And like, I'm right, gonna try again until we've got it. And I've ended up paying like 20, 30 quid for this telly that costs about £1, £2.
Yeah.
But it's not about the money that I've put in. It's about seeing my little girl's face light up when she's won that toy.
That's it.
Best feeling ever.
Yeah.
The best feeling ever. And they were the best holidays. And big up Mumsy.
That's good. That's nice.
For me making me have the best life when I was a kid that I could have. Like, she done well. Touch me a bit.
That's a good egg.
Yeah.
That's what you want. They're the memories that you want.
Definitely, 100%. That's why I just want to give to my kids as well, so they have the best life ever as well, because it's all about them now. I've had my day of going out and partying and being a DJ back then. Now it's time to switch roles and do what I should be doing at the age I'm at now.
Yeah.
So
that's part and parcel in having children. That's kind of what you do.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
And there's no better thing than making their little faces light up. It's the best thing ever. Because they get so excited. Like, for example, I could take my little girl out and splash on her. I'm going to get more out of her from just taking her to the park that costs nothing.
Literally. Playing with her. She'll
enjoy
that more. Yeah.
She's going to enjoy that more than just... Because that toy you buy them, 5 minutes, they're bored. Gone.
Yeah.
That toy's forgot about.
Yeah. Give them a cardboard box to spend more time entertaining themselves with that.
They cut holes in it, they're decorating it, they're hiding it. There's so much
I loved it.
They could do with it, you know?
I loved the little cars when I was little. I used to create cities.
Yeah.
Mad. Loved it. Hours of entertainment.
What's one routine or habit that keeps you grounded day to day?
I'd probably say gym, because it's the thing that I've got to tick that's external. That's going to take a chunk of time. And for me, if I needed to train at 10 o'clock in the night, I could train at 10 o'clock at night. And I've done it before, especially with working. I've done it. But I don't like to. So I have an optimal time of when I am happy to train. And if things don't get done within that certain window, I don't like it. It fucks up my routine. So I almost feel like that's my thing. That's everything balances around that. But I don't let it control my life in that way. So Troy will not be able to go to somewhere because he needs to train and that's the most important thing and it takes this many hours. Whereas I'm like, I can condense my session to 45 minutes and then I can go do my thing. So I'm probably a little bit more flexible, but that's probably the thing that's in my routine. It's a tick box. That's what I've got to do. Yeah, definitely gym. Everything else is easy.
All falls together, doesn't it?
Yeah, piece of piss.
Once gym's done, it's done.
Yeah, that's the inconvenient thing. For God's sake, I've got to go gym.
Yeah, especially with how far you are from the gym as well.
Yeah.
It's not like just jump in your car 5 minutes down the road.
This is it. We could go to like a crappy commercial gym down the road, but when you value, and I never really understood it, but when you value good kit, good atmosphere, good people, you travel for it. Doesn't matter how long it takes, you travel for it. That's what we do.
You own MYO Apparel. Wait a minute, that's how you said it, right? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, apparel.
Do you know what I was actually going to say? Like, should I cut that bit out? But I'm not even going to cut it.
Yeah,
keep it in.
I'm here for it.
It's raw. What gets said gets published.
This man is an athlete at MYO Apparel and he can't even say it properly. Well,
Code LGF10.
Plug.
Save yourself 10%. Come on. Pennies add up. Times are hard right now, so make sure you use that code.
Preach.
How did that start and what does it stand for?
So, MYO Apparel started because it was actually funny, and I was sitting pretty much where you're sat, and we were getting ready to go on holiday, and Troy was like, I've got nothing that fits. And he was scrolling through sites trying to find some clothes, and nothing ever fit him. Like they didn't go up to like 3XLs or anything. He was like, I don't know what to do. And I like joked, and we had a joke, and we were like, let's just make our own. Now, when we get an idea in our head, we go for it. So next thing you know, we're designing clothes. And I remember sitting at the table in the kitchen, and Troy bought a sketchbook, and he literally sketched our jerseys and the short set. And he was like, this is the type of thing that I want. So he did all the designing of the clothes, because what we thought is, let's do a men's range. Let's focus on men's, and then we can move to women's. So we can look at the struggles that I have, which is like length of clothes, bodybuilder style. So we want small waists. So we want something that sucks us in and make sure it fits that small waist, but it also fits length. It fits the glutes, it fits the delts, because that's the shape that people are building in bodybuilding. It's a struggle to find clothes sometimes that flatter that look. So anyway, we decided to do that. So we were looking. I dealt with all the logistics part, because I'm very organised, very focused. My job is to speak to people, and has been since I left uni. So I was like, I'll deal with the logistics and making sure that we can source these and the communication between suppliers. You design them and you focus on like social media and people stuff. So I spent a lot of time researching, speaking to different suppliers, looking at materials, back and forth, and then it kind of then just kicked off from there. Next thing you know, we're getting boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff delivered to the house, ready to go straight. Like, we're waiting there for this delivery, and a van that we rented to take all the stuff to the storage unit. And then we're here with all these clothes, trying to shift them after creating this brand and this business, because I couldn't find clothes for Troy, and he couldn't find clothes that fit him. So what we wanted to do is create a brand that was affordable, but quality was top 10. And that's, I feel like, what we did. Often people are surprised about the quality of the clothes because it's not outrageously priced. That was always the purpose. MYO means muscle in Latin, and the whole purpose is clothes that fit the bodybuilder or the person who trains, not the standard shape. And so that's kind of the purpose behind the brand. And we always wanted to form a community, which is why if you look at the athletes that are part of MYO, they are friends. They are people who really believe in the ethos of the brand, believe in us as people, and want to be part of something that we're trying to build. We're trying to build a community of people who want nice clothes, don't want to have to spend a fortune, but it lasts. And they want to spend time with like-minded people. So that's why we do shoots now and again. We do different things. We've managed to bring these people together, and sometimes they've never met before. You'll know, you've come to a shoot with us and you've never met some of the people, but you've probably spoken to them since. Or like we've noticed that like people haven't seen each other in a long time. They're like, oh, so good to see you. I didn't even know you were part of this. And it's just nice to hopefully create that community and create that brand. And it's really nice when people find out why we created it and the ethos behind it and kind of what we do. It's almost like they buy into it a lot more, and that's really nice because we don't just create things to make a fortune. Obviously it helps and we always want to reinvest it back into the business and create something special, but it's seeing how like-minded are communicating and getting together and wearing the brand, and it's just nice, and that's kind of why we created it.
How do you balance business, marriage and bodybuilding?
Woo! With great difficulty. No, to be fair, it's not that bad. All of them need to be nurtured. All of them need to be worked on. And I think I balance them with the knowledge that sometimes one of them will need watering more than others. And it's just knowing when that needs to happen. So sometimes I will need to just focus on making sure that my marriage is good and making sure that we spend a bit more time with each other, or we're doing something different, or nurturing that relationship. Sometimes those two are fine, so I need to focus on business a little bit more, and we need to really go all in, and that's it. And I think that's probably, it's hard. I think I'm a very routine and habit driven person, which we've spoken about a lot anyway. So I am very much a person who will take time and assign time for each thing. The hardest one to probably balance with the other two is probably the marriage, because you almost kind of think, yeah, that's fine, that's moving, we're here, it's good. It's kind of sometimes you need to remember that you need to water that one as well. And we're good. Like I couldn't be happier with our marriage. Like we're so happy. I like asking this question when he comes on just to make sure he is also happy. This is the same thing. But yeah, I think it's taking the time to recognise when one might need a little bit more than the other, and just giving it the watering and the attention that it needs. And that's probably how I best balance. And it's hard. It's not easy. I don't control them all impeccably. Sometimes one dips. Take MYO, for example. We stopped posting for a little bit and it kind of took a back seat because we were doing other things and we were getting married and we were travelling a little bit. And then we kind of saw sales start to dip. We were like, whoa, shit. We've let this go a little bit. We need to go all in on this and really focus. And we kind of saw the results come off that. So sometimes things are going to dip. You just need to recognise it and know how to react. And just, as I say, water it, focus on it, and then just kind of balance it out and kind of take a step back. It's being able to take a step back and observe and be like, right, okay, how are we sitting? How are things? Are we kind of feeding into one a little bit more? Do I need to feed into another? And I do it all the time. I kind of think sometimes, I'm like, I haven't seen my nan and my uncle for a long time. I haven't spent a bit of time with my auntie. I need to go water that side of me a little bit more, which is why now I have said to myself, right, I'm going to call my nan every Tuesday. Every Tuesday I will call my nan. And it will happen because I've told myself I am going to call my nan and my uncle every Tuesday, and that's that. And I know that one needs a bit of watering, so I'm going to do that. And it's just about just taking a step back from that routine that you're going through. Routine's great, but you have to also be able to kind of take a bit of a time out and go like, right, okay, is there anything I need to change? Am I just on a conveyor belt? Am I just going around in that hamster wheel and just not making any progress, not doing anything because I haven't taken anything back to observe and change and whatever else needs to be done? So that's probably how I best manage kind of different aspects of my life.
I love that answer, because a lot of people from the outside would think, oh, life's easy because they both compete. They both got the same passion when it comes to the gym. Like, it's just going to be swings and roundabouts. It's just easy for them. It's easy.
Yeah.
But from what you've just said, you still need to water
That's it.
those individual parts of your life as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, right, to a certain extent, it is easy in a way because you both compete. I mean, if you was completely different and you was competing and he weren't into that side of things, you still would have to water those individual
Yeah.
parts of your life as well.
Yeah, it requires probably a little bit more compromise.
Yeah.
It requires more, excuse me, what does he like doing? What do I like doing that we can do together? And that probably requires more thought. But even little things like he's on prep. He has to do steps. I have to do steps, but I'm not in prep. I'm in off season. So I will leave a portion of my steps to the evening to do them with him, and we'll go on a walk for half an hour. And we'll just chat. No phones. We leave our phones at home. We just chat. And then we come home, maybe watch TV, have our last meal, and go to bed. But that's like our little time that we've spent and we've assigned to each other to just spend some time, because sometimes we'll have the drive over to the gym together, sometimes we won't. So it's just being able to find things that you can do together. We can't train together because he doesn't do lower. I only do lower pretty much. So it's especially, and like you've said, people will think, oh, it's easy for them too because they both compete, they're both athletes, blah, blah, blah. So especially when you think about couples who don't compete together, or one competes and the other one doesn't and has no interest in it, it's still about compromise. Like I've spoken to couples who, one lady was like, my husband hates that I compete, he won't come to any of my shows. I couldn't imagine dating somebody who doesn't want to ever come to my show because they don't like it that much. That for me is not compromise. You may not like doing it yourself, but you want to support the person that you love because they love it.
100%.
Yeah. But as the athlete in that situation, like that scenario, you need to find something that your husband likes or your partner likes that you can do together. So it's compromise on both sides, and I think that's the main thing. I don't think a 50-50 or a 33-33 whatever balance exists. I think sometimes you just have to go all in one of them based on your evaluation of what needs to be a priority. And sometimes my focus is over there. So Troy needs to pour into me a little bit more, and I need him to kind of give me a little bit more. And then he will be focused on other things, and I kind of need to give him a little bit more. And that's just the way it goes, especially in like a prep. He diminishes and like his concentration's low and he's focused on the end goal. So I just need to pour into him a little bit more. And that's what life is. That's what relationship is. That's what balance is. It's never going to be equal. It's sometimes going to be a little bit skewed, and that's fine. That's fine. You just need to adapt and work with it.
Yeah. And more to the fact of where you see he's so passionate about what he does, you want to support him even more.
Yeah.
Whereas if you see him cheating on his diet, not putting the work in, you're less likely going to be... I mean, you still support him, but you're not going to take it as serious because his passion is obviously not as strong as he makes out to be, because you see what he's like behind the scenes of cheating here and not taking things seriously. But where you see him giving his all 100% and he's fully driven and passionate about what he's doing, you want to support him even more, right?
That's it. If he wasn't all in, to be fair, if he wasn't all into like bodybuilding, we wouldn't be together, purely because of the fact that if you say that you're going to dedicate so much of your life to something, and that's going to make us compromise on certain things, because there's things that I've had to compromise because he's competing, and vice versa. Like when we go away, we can't stay in a hotel because he needs to meal prep his food. I'm a bit more flexible. I still need to meal prep my food, but I'm probably more flexible than he is. But when we go away, we need to have an apartment, and we can't stay in a hotel. So I need to make sure that I'm accommodating that. So it's if he then half-assed it and just messed up on his diet all the time and was like, I'd be like, why are you making me compromise when you can't be bothered to compromise yourself and you're half-assing things? And I'd be like, no. The relationship wouldn't...
You're not serious.
Yeah, the relationship wouldn't have started before then anyway.
Move, boy, move.
But unfortunately, he's good. He's
Yeah.
good. He puts his mind to things and he does it.
What's next for you as a pro and as a person?
Ooh.
Low blow.
That's like the age-old question of like, what's your 5-year plan? I don't know. Big man, I don't know. At the moment, so as an athlete, as a pro, I think my plan is improve, get better, be happy with how I look, both from a competitive standpoint and just a day-to-day normal lifestyle standpoint. My ideal look is like the bikini look anyway, so it's cool. I'm working towards what I enjoy. So it's that, and hopefully be competitive, because that's a goal. So next time I step on stage, I want to be there, be competitive. I want to be in that first call out. So that's the goal from that standpoint. And at the moment, we're just doing the do. We're going through the motions. We're doing what we need to. We're ticking those boxes. That's just part of my lifestyle anyway. It's not something that I probably wouldn't do anyway. And I have this conversation with Troy all the time. We talk about, like, once we start competing, what will our lifestyle be like? It won't be that different. We enjoy what we do. I'd say from a kind of personal standpoint, I don't know at the moment. I'm in kind of this period where I'm still trying to figure everything out. Like, I'm blessed in that I've got a bit of time where I can just be like, right, what do we want to do next? What's next for me? And that might be in tech, it might be in videoing, it might be in making MYO bigger and expanding MYO. I don't know. And for the first time ever, I'm fine with not knowing yet. So, yeah, I don't know. Watch this space. Watch this space. It's going to be big regardless.
Yeah.
We don't do things by half. One thing I always say to people, and I said this to my nieces and my sister shouted at me, we don't celebrate mediocrity.
Nah.
Whatever we do it to the best of our ability, and that's it.
That's it. Strong, bulletproof mindset, that.
It made me emotional.
Right, starting to wrap things up.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I want to wrap things up.
I know.
It's been great chatting to you. Like I said, was looking forward to this. I knew it would be a good chat.
Yeah.
I know that people will watch this back and be able to take a lot of value from what we spoke about, and especially you talking about the bodybuilding scene. After watching this, I think people will look at it differently as well from
I hope so.
what you've said. More positive.
Yeah.
After watching this, they'll see more positivity that is in bodybuilding, because, as you said, it can be quite negative.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bitchiness. There's a lot of he said, she said sort of shit that goes on.
Yeah.
I'd say there's more bitchiness on probably the guy side.
I was going to say, yeah. It's definitely not the girl side.
You wouldn't think of that. You'd think it's more handbags, but it's more, more of the guys when it comes to the bitchiness side of things.
Yeah.
What's one message you'd give to anyone thinking about competing or chasing a big goal?
One thing I would probably say is, if you're going to do something, make sure you're doing it for you. Because, like, going back to that whole motivation versus discipline, if you're trying to do it for somebody else, that motivation will go. And sometimes you need the discipline to take over. And if you're doing something for you because you want to, not because a coach says that you should, or someone said that you might be good at this, you will succeed. And I think, obviously, success is different for everybody, but I think as long as you're doing something for you and you're focused on that goal and you're focused on what you need to achieve and you're realistic, world's your oyster. So that's probably my big thing. Yeah. The only other thing that I would say is, if you're going to do something, you've got a goal, do it unapologetically. Just go for it. Don't let things hold you back. Adapt, overcome, you will get there. Life is not like that. It's like that. So don't be disheartened if it doesn't happen the first time or the second time or the third time. Keep going, but be realistic.
Love that. And last question.
Oh.
You ready for it?
We're there. Right.
You ready?
Hit me.
Where can people follow your journey or connect with you online?
Oh, at least this is an easy one. Okay. So I'm on Instagram. What's my Instagram handle now? I think it's Frankie_IFBB Pro.
Ooh.
I remember the minute I turned pro, someone messaged like, change your handle now. I'm like, and then I didn't change it straight there. Like, change it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram.
I mean, I'll put it on the screen anyway.
Perfect.
It'll be there. It'll pop up.
I am also, I keep telling myself that I'm going to start a YouTube, but then I think, who wants to see my life because I'm boring? But I know I watch people eating their food on YouTube, so maybe it might be interesting. So hopefully, maybe I have set up a YouTube by the time this goes out. We'll see. Maybe this will hold me to it. This will give me accountability. But for now, just follow me on Instagram. That's where you can see my
your YouTube's going to be on the Instagram eventually anyway, so you'll be able to get from there.
Yeah.
So make sure you follow Frankie on YouTube, IFBB Bikini Pro.
Yep.
Wow.
It's a mouthful.
Also, not Frankie Walsh, Frankie Anderson.
That's it.
Mrs. Anderson.
I am.
What good?
Not even a year yet. We're nearly there.
Leave me hanging. Fucking hell.
I'm so sorry. Just cut that down so you don't see that.
Yeah, just see that quick shake.
Yeah.
Done. Do you know what? It's been great having you on. Like I said, was really looking forward to speaking to you. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for
as
having
well.
me.
Mind, Muscle, Hustle podcast. It's been a banger.
Yes.
Guys, I want to say thank you for watching. Big up Frankie, IFBB Pro, wife, entrepreneur as well, MYO owner. And yeah, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And thank you.
We'll do this again.
Definitely.
Do an update.
Big up.
Yeah.